Good intro too.
Yeah, well done. There we are.
Thanks so much, Shauno. We love working with you. I know you've been busy here at the show, signatures, hugging people, telling people stories. So we do appreciate you coming tonight because you're pretty tired after a big day of the show.
No, the adventure's just starting, in my opinion. And I just want to say a quick happy birthday too. Happy 50th birthday. Well done. Well done.
It's a bit of a gratuitous plug for the business, but it's pretty amazing what you guys have achieved over 4.5 years, which is why we're so excited about working with you. 973,000 subscribers in 4.5 years on the YouTube channel.
Yep.
1.1 billion minutes of view time on YouTube this year alone.
Yep.
That's insane. That's a lot of YouTube.
That is, if you work that out, that's if one person will sit down and watch 1 billion minutes, it'll take just over 2,000 years, just to give you a rough idea. It's pretty wild.
Absolutely. 178 million views on videos that you posted.
Yep.
It's just an absolutely nuts success story. 20 years ago, started in magazines.
Yep.
15 years ago, you were in DVDs. Now 4.5 years, you've been on YouTube. So you guys have been a little busy, right?
We have been. We're enjoying every minute of it as well. It's been such a journey. Like you guys, you've had an amazing story. Ours a lot shorter than you guys, but we started, 20 years ago doing magazines, print media. Does anyone remember magazines? Some people do it. But yeah, we're now on YouTube, which is a crazy medium, and it just reaches so many people. And when you go to a show like we've been at the last couple of days and see 3-4-year-old kids come up to you and they know every single component that's on your forward ride better than you do, it's absolutely amazing. It's amazing stuff.
I noticed that last time we did an interview last year.
Yeah.
The following of teenagers knew more about the vehicles that you built and were asking you some of the most technical questions. I've blown away.
Yeah, that's a common thing. And that's the passion, I suppose, the passion that's shared between all of our audience and every four-wheel driver. They're a different breed. They're so passionate. They know what shock absorber you're running. They know what bull bar you're running. And they look after these vehicles and they want to do the same sort of thing for their own rig, which is kind of cool to see.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, we started our journey with you.
Yep.
I still remember the first time that Graham actually came and got the new D-Max fitted out.
Yep. Yeah.
And there's some strategic sessions that led behind the scenes saying, you guys have got to tell a story about just how well engineered TJM products are.
Yeah.
We love your products, you've got to come in and tell a story. So, might be worth telling the audience just about the time that you came in to do all the testing facilities, bash up kangaroos, swing pendulums, and do all those sorts of things. I should say plastic kangaroos. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. No kangaroos armed.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty big day when you guys arrived. Right?
It was, and it blew my mind. I mean, I've seen a lot of things. I've been around a fair bit, but when I got invited into TJM to see the R&D that goes behind some of these products, it's nothing short of amazing. I mean, I've seen a lot of different products, but the amount of work and effort, the engineers, the facilities you guys have, it completely blew me away. I was on a high about for a week after coming to the TJM facility because it is absolutely amazing. I went to the old G-Bun one back in the day, and the new facility is, like I said, amazing.
So you're going to go further with TJM bars and the others?
Yeah, well, they hold up, that's for sure. There's no doubt about it. Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you what, recently we did a 2-episode series of the tape. A young fella called Brendan Vincent arrived in the Salty 79.
Yep.
How do you think he went as a driver?
Is Brendan here tonight?
He is?
Is he?
Where is Brendan? Stand up.
Yes. Brendan Whale, and I think he enjoyed every moment of that. He drove that vehicle, and mind you, if you haven't seen that vehicle, it's one of the nicest 79s you'll ever see in your life. I'd hate to see the price tag of that thing, but he drove it like a rental. I shouldn't say that, Brendan. Sorry, mate. Drove it like a rental, and drove the everything, and it did exceptionally well. Yeah, it's one of the hardest wheeled 79s I've ever seen. One of the nicest ones too. So well done.
That's a 2-episode series. So about 1.5 million views a series.
Yeah, that's about right.
When you do the cut.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. There's millions of views, millions of people seeing that vehicle, and it is it's a showpiece, that vehicle. But it's also really capable. It did everything. It did everything, that car.
And is it one of the toughest drives, or do you think you've got tougher drives in your catalogue of epic events you've brought to?
Yeah, look, there are tougher drives, there's no doubt about it. But Cape York is tough, but it's also remote, so you can't have anything to let you down. So if something fails in Cape York, you're on your own, and you need everything working extremely well to get yourself up there, do all the tough stuff. We don't miss any tough tracks that are up there. We drive them purposely, and then obviously everyone drives home in their own steam. So only the toughest survives up there.
And how long does the whole episode take to film, get prepared? I know Brendan had to leave. Leslie was telling us he was in
I would have done it today. I saw Brendan down. No. We typically spend about a week per show, so it's a long time to film. For the computer nerds out there, it's about 4 terabytes worth of footage per show, and then that gets compiled, and then the editors probably take 3 to 4 weeks to put that together before you actually see the show. So it's a lot of work, we've got 8 or 9 different cameras capturing every angle.
So how many trucks are going up?
Convoy usually of 5 or 6, and there's a camera vehicle as well. So we've got a production crew of 3 people normally, and then us mates behind the wheel on all the other vehicles.
Normally when you've got production crews, you've got base mate up on and all
Yes,
those things.
obviously.
Was Brendan partaking in the...
Yeah, it's amazing how long it took to get ready in the morning. The hairdryer, luckily you had an inverter and all that sort of jazz in the 79. But it's pretty rough and ready. I guess a lot of people probably think we have a support crew and all the rest of it. It's just us out there. That's how we do it. We sleep on the ground. We do it the real way, and it's usually away for a couple of weeks at a time, 3 weeks sometimes.
It's a big trip, isn't it? And I think one of the other things you did for us that was pretty special is you tested out the LC300 when it came on board. And I heard rumours that you were quite nervous that day because we have a gentleman, Darren Piper, that looks after all robotics. He's known to be a little bit, I don't know what the word is. I don't know if I can say it in public, but he's quite nervous that cars will get damaged. So how did you feel that day?
I think he was a little bit more nervous than I was. I was surprised he gave me the keys to a brand new 300 with all the gear on it. And the funny thing was, if I'd known what I know now, I probably would have taken up those tracks. Because I know how much you love that vehicle. I wanted to show how capable that vehicle was. So I chose some of the toughest tracks in South East Queensland, and I steered this thing up there, and it just did amazing. But I was kind of concerned when the TJM crew were pulling the Lantana back so it wouldn't get a single scratch on it, and I thought, they don't know where I'm taking it. And when we saw the track, the guys were like, I don't know, could we turn it around maybe? But we filmed some amazing stuff, and not only did we drive up it, we came down it as well. We had wheels in the air. It was pretty crazy stuff.
Darren's got his eyes rolling back and back of his head right now.
It was mostly in one piece when we go back. Nah, that's right. It's brand new.
That's good. And as a marketing team, we really do appreciate it when a car comes back without a scratch on it. Tell me. You're spreading the rings.
Yep.
Big tip is you're off to America.
Yeah, that's
so
crazy.
You want to tell the people about, is it 4 episodes you're going to do over there, you should?
Yeah, that's right. I think the next step for us is I've got a vehicle in a container at the moment heading to the States, and our plan is to film over there, and we've got a large American audience, and there's a lot of Australian companies that would like to sell their products into America, and the guys that have been to America will understand that when something's Australian made or an Australian company, it's usually regarded as one of the best products in the four-wheel drive industry. So our plan is to go over there and film 4 episodes. We're actually taking a vehicle over, which is kind of cool, and we'll drive around, do a couple of thousand Ks over there and all the main tracks, and see what happens.
So just the one vehicle, or are you going to pick up an American vehicle over there and maybe compare?
Yeah, look, we probably will drive an American vehicle as well. Yeah. Rumour has it we're actually building a Jeep over there, maybe. And I've got the Dirty 30, if anyone knows that one, an old 60 series on an 80 series chassis. It's a bit of a Frankenstein of a vehicle, but that's the one I'm taking over, which will be very unique.
Yeah, it'd be very exciting to have you guys over there. I think it's a growing market, the overlanding market in the USA, and there's no one over there doing what you guys do, so I think that'd be quite exciting. And you've got quite a significant audience already in the United States, don't you?
That's right. Yeah, there's a huge audience. We went over last year to have a look, and we're blown away by the amount of support we had over there. So it's the next logical step for us to take to the States and show not just how Australian vehicles go, but also all the accessories that we have in our vehicles go in American conditions. And I think those guys will be blown away, which is how capable our cars are. Yeah.
Now, the other part of the expansion, I know you've been toying with it some time. Will there ever be a cookbook? Because everyone's asking you to cook on the show. The last time we were at the interviews again too, I think all the mums and everyone was in there going, when are you doing a cookbook, Sean? You're such a good cook. So,
yeah, well, for those that don't know, I do a little cooking scene in our show. It's usually about this time of night, actually, after a couple of red wines, that sort of thing. But the plan is maybe one day I'll do a cookbook, but I just need to remember what half the ingredients are. It stumps me enough.
Would it be a particular style of cookbook? Is there a genre that you want to cook towards?
Not really. Not really. I think I'd do it because like a lot of people have asked for one. The last thing I ever thought in my life I'd cook, but here I am doing it, and a lot of people like that part of the show.
There is too.
Good reason too. There's a little bit of light-hearted humour in there.
So you got plenty of projects on. You've got America going on. What's the next big car build for you guys? The next big trip?
Yeah, it's a good question. We've got so much on this year. We've started a caravan program. So as our brand grows bigger, Graham's now, people don't know Graham, he's at that age where he can tow a caravan. So have a look at him, mate.
I think we're recording this too.
Yeah, good. I hope he sees it. And he's towing a caravan now, and basically, as our brand expands, we're doing more caravan stuff, we're doing more of the full drive stuff, more of the DIY, the technical stuff. There's a lot more content is what that means. And people are loving it. There's so much diverse, and as you know, the full drive industry is so big. It's not just the hardcore full drive, it's the touring as well, and we're trying to cover all bases there.
Yeah, and how are you coping with the intricacies that are coming out with modern vehicles now if you do start to fiddle with them? Because there's a lot required that needs to be compliant by the time you take those cars out once you modify it.
Yeah, look, you're right. It is sometimes more of a challenge, especially working on some of these newer vehicles. But the reliability of some of them are pretty good. We haven't had too many problems with new cars. We get the right modifications on them, and they're pretty safe out in the bushes we've found anyway.
And what do you think about the future of full driving? We hear a lot in the press around electrical vehicles are coming. And it's a big change that's possibly coming in the industry. How do you think that's going to impact what you guys do?
Yeah, I don't know how. Look, we've always rolled with the technology, and we've always embraced it and accepted it as well. When it comes to electric vehicles, would I swap everything I own right now to go and get an electric vehicle? Maybe not. We might not have the infrastructure in Australia in the full drive space to cater for electric vehicles just now. But when you see some of the statistics of electric vehicles, there's a new Hummer out there with 1,000 horsepower, 11,000 newton meters. I mean, that gets me excited. Imagine grabbing the keys to that. But would you be able to charge up in Cape York or in the Simpson Desert and continue your trip? I don't know. We're not quite there yet. But that is going to be the future, no doubt. And maybe not electric, but maybe hybrid or hydrogen. But I'd be the first to put my hand up and try and test drive one of those, that's for sure.
When you look at all the new cars that have just recently come out, what's your pick? What do you like the most when you're driving?
I'd like to say the 300. That's a nice vehicle. I wanted to hate the 300, especially after driving your one, Matt. It was opened my eyes up. That thing is very capable and also very comfortable too. That's a cool vehicle. New range is a good thing too. Haven't spent enough time on the wheel, but every time you think four drives are getting a little bit softer, it turns out that they're just as capable as every other model that's come before, if not more.
Technology is advancing with these vehicles, and the speed that they're bringing out the changes is quite significant. So, a lot of vehicles to play with in the future.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah,
so,
no doubt.
To finish the quick chat with you, I mean, you had a bit of a crack at, Graham there for being a bit of an older tourer. Yeah. Who is the better full driver?
Out of myself and Graham?
Yeah.
That's pretty easy. Obviously me, but no. You know what? We've got a couple of new presenters that have come to the table, young Jesse and Jocko, and those boys can wheel. They leave myself and Graham both for dead, but it's a bit of friendly banter anyway.
Yeah, because I think there was a recent episode you might have tipped one over yourself.
Yeah, look, we don't remember all those sort of things. I've been known to put the old full drive on the side. But while we might not be the better drivers, myself and Graham, we're certainly the most fun around the campfire at the end of the night.
You've got the best beer.
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
All right, well, look, we appreciate you spending the time with us tonight. TJM's enjoyed having the Bull Boys in front of your cars and all the fantastic episodes you do. So, on behalf of TJM and the people in the room, thanks very much for showing up and doing a great interview with us.
Thank you, guys.